if somebody was to hand me the keys to a completely stock Ram and told me I had to build it all over again, I'm saying completely stock, no mods, nothing done to it. So there are several things that I will do exactly differently. Some mods that I would buy way sooner and some mods that I wouldn't buy at all. And some mistake cost me way more money than they really should have. So in this video today, I'm gonna walk you through exactly if I had to completely start all over again with my RAM and it was completely stock, how I will really rebuild my RAM. I'm saying like completely stock, nothing really done to it. And if you are currently building one of these RAMs right now, this video might probably save you a lot of money. So what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. If you guys are new here, this is my 2014 Dodge Ram 1500 and I go by Al. And obviously I am building one of the baddest 4th generation quad cab crew cab Ram on YouTube. So now after owning this truck for probably roughly somewhere around like 2 years, I would say modifying it, driving it, and also spending more money than I would actually like to admit, I have learned a few things. And honestly, I'll be real with you guys, if I really had to start over completely stock with this truck, my build is going to look completely different. I'm saying there's some things that I really wouldn't do at all. So the first thing I would say is you really got to stop buying cosmetic mods first, such as I'm saying like wheels, headlights, pretty much anything that's kind of like not really relevant like that. I'll say, for example, this right here. These are all the first thing that I've done when I first got this truck. Most trucks owners out there make the same exact mistakes. I'm saying we always buy cosmetic mods first, and we normally want like wheels, window tints, lights, and kind of like attention and things like that. But if I really had to start over, the first thing I would say to really focus on for me is going to be performance and reliability. Because honestly, I feel like looking good really doesn't mean nothing if your truck at the end of the day is not really running right. For me, honestly, when I first got this truck, I rushed into doing things like window tints. Like I stated, I got the little custom antenna, also got the headlights and things like that, fog lights. I really didn't really focus on much about like the performance overall like that. And then now this is like the last thing I'm actually focused on. I feel like it should have been the other way around, to be honest. It really, I really wasted a little bit more money when I should focus on performance and reliability of the truck first. So this brings me to the mods that I actually should have really done first, to be honest, from the jump. I'm telling you guys, honestly, I'll say I really should have started off with exhaust, tune, intake, and suspension. Those are the mods I feel like I should have started first. If I could only do one modification, right, this will be it right here. And not really because it's cheaper or because it's more flashier and things like that, but because it's the mod that actually really, every single time I drive this truck, to be honest, that really matter the most. I'll say the exhaust, I would say pretty much like I stated, suspension, things like that, things that really overall help with the truck day-to-day performance. And I feel like that's something that you actually really would notice more of instead of you doing like these little mods and stuff like tail lights, wheels and tires and things like that. It's not really going to help overall. You still, I'm not saying you can't do this, do those things. You're still going to get to it, but I would say to really just me, honestly, things that really actually noticeable on a truck when you first do those things is exhaust, suspension, and so on, like I stated. Now, for me, the next thing I'll say, the biggest waste of money so far, I wouldn't really technically say it's a bad mod, but I'll say for me, every truck owner has this one regret, to be honest. Mine really was the fact that I spent at least like probably $3,500 on some freaking suspension and things like that, like the coilovers. And the crazy thing is, it wasn't like a completely set. And I'm adding the fact that I had to pay to do certain things on the truck, labors and things like that. All of that's included. Honestly, before you guys roast me out in the comments and things like that, I really honestly thought that this mod would completely transform the truck. I mean, it did a little bit, but not in the way that I really thought it was. But after installing it, to be honest, the difference wasn't really worth the money to really think about it. I could have really used that money towards something much more like worth it. Like I'm saying, under the hood, to me, honestly, we still was gonna do that mod regardless. But I'm just saying, like, that money should have been invested into the engine itself, like performance mods and things that's actually really gonna have this truck waking up and things. Nobody really actually tell you about building a Ram truck, one of these trucks, right? Nobody tell you this when you start modifying your truck. Are really only half the cost. The parts are really like only half the cost. Then comes labor, then comes alignment, then comes unexpected problems you got to really be prepared for. Then comes fixing things that break just by you doing one mod and thinking that it's going to help overall with the performance, and then you end up doing something else and end up costing something to break, and then you got to replace that. Like, really, I remember I had to, like, when I got this truck lower, I was thinking that, I mean, at some point I knew I had to upgrade my upper control arm. The upper control arm that I have on this, like, that I had on the truck before, like the stock OEM ones, they really wasn't like the best setup when it comes to you lowering your truck. Like, you have to replace it because those ones was made in a way where, I'm not saying, I don't know why Dodge did it, but they are very, very fragile, and the truck was a lot lower, but it wasn't overall like the best, especially if you are lowering the truck. Same thing if you plan on lifting it, you never want to really keep using your OEM upper control arm, because at some point it's gonna cost you something. And I remember for me, I was kind of close to getting to that point, but luckily I was able to have the parts and stuff and replace the parts and end up getting like a much more beefier upper control arm for the truck. And also my alignment on my truck was also very, very shitty. I remember when I still had like the OEM upper control arm. All right, so the next thing we're going to cover up on, let's talk about numbers, because I know somebody is out there wondering if you probably thinking about doing the same thing, or if you got the same truck as me, you want to take the same route, but you want to know exactly what, like, for the step I'm in right now, how much have I spent so far, right? On this truck, actually, I really only spent so far, I'll say, I'm going to put a number out there that's close to it, but if I had to add everything up, it's probably going to be pretty close. So far, I'll say, with everything I've done, I probably have spent at least like 7 to 8 grand on this truck. I'll say probably 7, mid 7, somewhere around there, close to 8 grand, I'll say. That would be my guess. Because even a custom tune itself on this truck, getting it done, wasn't something that was cheap. That was something that cost me at least like $1,200. But I know it sounds crazy, but crazy thing is, that was like one of the biggest mod that I done on this truck, that I could actually say that $1,200 I spent was definitely well worth it, because the truck, even with the simple things I have now, just by the fact that I got the engine and transmission tune on this truck definitely gets down when I really want to, but I'm not trying to push it to the limit where obviously we still got to upgrade some things on the truck. Now, that number I give you guys does not include maintenance on the truck. I'm saying, like, I try to separate my maintenance and me buying parts and things like that, mods and stuff. That's kind of like different for me. But adding that up could be within like the 2-year lifespan. It's most definitely over like 7 to 8 grand, I'll say, most definitely. Now, that's kind of crazy to really think about it, because now that money really could have been invested in a different way with the truck. But, you know, it's one of these things where it's like an experience you learn and stuff. Now I got the experience to know exactly what I need to do next if I do end up buying another vehicle in the after I'm fully done doing what I need to do with this truck. So now the question is, would I do it again? I'm saying, like, now you guys know, right? This truck is not, I'm not done with this truck, obviously. I still got a lot of things I need to do with this truck. We're not even close to what we need to do. I'm saying I haven't done a full suspension upgrade yet on this truck. Haven't done a full exhaust setup on this truck. Haven't even done like the engine none of them things is done yet. And we only had this truck for about close to 2 years, or 2 years, somewhere around there. But after all the money so far, the little headaches and things, like, especially like upper control arm, lowering springs and stuff on this truck. That ish was like a freaking nightmare. I don't know what it is, but when you haven't messed with a car in a long time and the parts haven't been messed with, like you try to take off like an OEM part, that ish is not like the best thing, because I remember doing the front, when we was doing the front coilovers on there, the thing there was like a whole day and a half set thing, because like the freaking upper control arms was kind of like a pain to get the bolts off. Even like the coilover, because it's not regular coilover that you just put into a 4th generation Ram. It was for a 5th generation Ram that we had to do a little bit of modification to. You guys question, right? Would I do this again? Honestly, I'm be real with you guys. Hell yeah, I will, because at the end of the day, you guys gotta understand, right? It's built the way I want, and I'm still currently building it. Every mod that I feel like I do to my vehicle at the end of the day really tell like a story. I know right now you guys probably don't see much of like what I have in my head for this truck, but from just seeing the things that's done with it now, I'm pretty sure some people could probably kind of see where I'm kind of going with this truck. But like I say, we still have shit ton of things to do to this truck. I'm really building one of the baddest 4th generation Ram crew cab. I'm not talking about a single cab. This is a crew cab, quad cab, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to definitely make that happen. So now I want to be able to hear from my guys who actually went through the same process. If you had to start your Ram build from scratch, like what would you really do differently? Let me know down below in the comments. So like always, if you guys are supporting the channel, I definitely appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe, take care, stay safe, and peace out.